Good morning, friends. As per directions given by the Honorable Principals, we are going to conduct the online lecture series for tool design subject. From this lecture series, this is our first lecture. We are going to start with the our unit, that is design of sheet metal blanking and piercing die. Today's first lecture is there. The content of the lectures are introduction to sheet metal working, blanking and punching, types of press operation and press terminology. There are number of series of operations involved in the sheet metal working, but the basic question is what is mean by sheet. So what is a sheet and what is plate? Okay, there is a slight difference between the sheet metal and the plate. The thickness from 0.4 to 6 mm is called as a sheet metal, and above 6 mm thickness is called as a plate. So this is the basic difference between the sheet metal and the plate. Now in this chapter we are going to discuss about the sheet metal, not plate. So there are number of operations are there in the sheet metal working. These are the cutting operation, bending operation and drawing operations. The sheet metal working. In the sheet metal working, the cutting operations are there, then bending operations, drawing operation, and sheet metal operations not performed on the press. The sheet and plate metal products. So we just discussed what are the different products used in the industry or in daily basis. That is, the automobile and trucks require the sheet metal parts, then airplane, railways, cars, locomotives, then farm and construction equipments require the sheet metal product, then smaller large appliances, office furniture, computers and office equipment. So there are n number of areas are there where these sheet metal parts are used. So this sheet metal working is very essential in day-to-day life. What are the advantages of sheet metal parts? The high strength is there, then good accuracy, dimensional accuracy, then it will give the good surface finish, relatively low cost. When there is a mass production, then it will decreases the low up to the low cost. Then for large quantity, economical for the mass production. Now there are number of operations are there that can be performed in the sheet metal working. So which are those processes that we discuss first? So the basic two processes that we learn here in this unit, these are the blanking and punching, or it is also called as a piercing. So what is the basic difference between blanking and piercing? These both are the cutting operations. It is a sheet metal cutting operation. It separates the piece from the surrounding stock. Okay, that cut piece is desired part. Now if we see this figure, okay, so this is the metal strip that shown over here in the brown color. Now this strip, that rectangular part which is cutted here by using the punch, okay, that part is a workpiece. So that is called as a blank. So this blank is a workpiece, then it is called as a blanking operation. When the blank is cut and that blank is a workpiece, then it is called as a blanking operation. And exactly opposite to that, when there is a piece in that the scrap is that is blank, then it is called as a piercing operation or punching operation. It is similar to the paper punching of your paper. You punch your paper for filing purpose. Okay, in that case, that paper is your workpiece, not that small particle, that small cutted paper, circular paper is your workpiece. Your paper is your workpiece, so it is called as a punching operation. So this is the basic difference between blanking and punching. That is, the remaining stock is your workpiece, is your desired part. the shearing of sheet metal between two cutting edges. Okay, we just look out this phenomena, that is just before the punch contacts the workpiece, then punch begins to push into the work, causes plastic deformation. So if you see the figure, here is the punch. Okay, so the punch moves in the downward direction. Okay, if there is a proper clearance, okay, this is the first stage. In the second step, there is a plastic deformation. The punch moves in downward direction. Now in the third stage, there is a penetration. Okay, there is a penetration and the cracks form from the edges of the punch and edges of the die. So that are called as a fracture. When this fracture meet with each other, in the fourth case, fourth figure say, this is the fracture. This fracture comes from the your die opening and punch, then it will meet with each other, then it will cut the blank. This is the your that is basic cutting operation, or we can say shearing operation. So these are the different types of operation, that is blanking, piercing, notching, perforating, trimming, shaving, lancing, bending and drawing. Okay, so we discuss see this one by one. We just discuss about the blanking and piercing, then the notching and parting. So this is the parting operation. The notching means cutting off the your notches at the edge of your sheet metal. So these are the notching. Then perforating means making holes, number of holes, that is called as a perforating. Now the slitting, here is the slitting. There is a just concave shape is given to the sheet metal, that is called as a that is slitting. Then lancing operation, this is the lancing operation. Okay, you just cut this metal in three edges, at three edges, and one is remaining as it is, that is called as a lancing operation. So these are the notch shape. Then bending, you know the bending operation, pipe bending. Then drawing operation, drawing of the wire, etc. So this is the figure, that is punch and die assembly. This is your punch. Then there is a blank holder, that green color shows here blank holder. It is used to hold the blank. Then this is a die opening. Okay, this punch moves in downward direction. This is the press work terminology. Okay, if we move discuss from the top side, this is the ram. Okay, ram is attached to the press. Okay, the press may be hydraulic or pneumatic press. The ram moves in the downward direction. The shank is there. Then after that, there is a punch holder, that is called as a upper shoe. Similar to that, there is a die holder, which is called as a lower shoe. So one is the punch holder and second one is the die holder. Then after that, there is a, this is the backup plate. Okay, this one is the backup plate. This backup plate is also called as a pressure plate. Okay, if we see the discussion over here, that is the backup plate. The backup plate or pressure plate is placed so that the intensity of pressure does not become excessive on the punch holder. Okay, so it is used to sustain this pressure. The intensity of pressure should be equal, so that there should not be crushing of the punch holder. Okay, so that's why this backup plate is used. So after that, there is a punch plate. So this one is the punch plate. Punch plate is used to accommodate the punch. So this one is the punch. It will move in upward and downward direction. To guide this motion, that is upward and downward direction, there is a guide post. The guide post may be in quantity of 2 or 4. Okay, so the guide post is given, then the guide bushes are given, so that it can move easily in downward direction. Okay, after that, there is a metal strip, that is your workpiece. Then above that, there is a stripper. Okay, these strippers are used for easy removal of the blank. Okay, so there is a phenomena of the metal, that is the recovery, elastic recovery of the metal. So in that case the metal stick into on the punch that is surface, so it is very difficult to remove the blank from the punch. So for that purpose these strippers are used. Then some packing is used for proper assembly. Then there is a die block and die holder. So this die holder is used to hold the die block. So die block having the shape and size of your punch and die block. Then there is a blaster plate and bed of the press. So this is the blaster plate. This blaster plate is very thick plate. It secured the bed. It is about 5 to 2.5 mm thickness. Then die set, lower shoe, upper shoe, the punch, stripper, knockout and shutout. So all these assembly, that is punch holder, die shoes, guide post, is called as a die set. So here we also discussed about the stripper. Why the strippers are used? There is a elastic recovery of the material. Okay, means when the operation is performed, when the blanking operation is completed, then the blank which we get, it increase by some size. Okay, so that is called as a elastic recovery of the material. It is a tendency and the hole is going to be decreased. Okay, and that blank attached to the punch, stick to the punch, not attached, it is stick to the punch. Okay, so to remove that scrap strip from the punch, the strippers are used. Or the another method is to remove that, the die opening are tapered wall, having the tapered wall. Okay, if you see this figure, so this one, this is the tapered wall of the die block. Okay, for easy removal of the blank. Okay, so these are the different parts of the your press work or press work terminology. So today we stop here. In the next lecture we discuss about the different operations and the basic cutting principle. Okay, thank you for watching this video.